Hey, fellow babies, and welcome to the show those MAGA cultists call a gloved fist up the anus of pure power. It's the 42 Show.
Ouch. Ouch. Hope we're a little less painful. And in tonight's Sow's litter of piglets of news tonight, we've got some stories we're not going to cover tonight, like a Florida woman was arrested for walking around outside naked during a neighbor's birthday party. Wasn't me, unfortunately. Vladimir Putin is jiving to ABBA in the Kremlin as Ukraine war rages, and expert claims. Expert in what? I don't know.
Disco dancing?
And a woman was shocked when she was charged a staggering £50 to cut her own birthday cake at her party. Yeah, it's very strange. But yeah, you might be wondering. There was a story we posted in the thumbnail, and I completely forgot to prep that story. So I'm going to quickly run through that. And it's basically the Met Office is continuing to monitor a sulfur dioxide plume that crossed the UK today. Amid speculation it could cause sickness. London, Norwich and Hull are among the cities exposed to the cloud of SO2, which has originated from a volcano in Iceland. Dirty git. Big guff.
And they did put out a thing. It's okay. Living with a third eye is totally fine. Remember the fish from The Simpsons. You'll be all right.
I've got a third eye. It's just in a funny place.
Needs a lot of wiping.
While the colorless gas...
weedy.
Shut up. While the colorless gas does cause symptoms including a sore throat, coughing and difficulty breathing, the Met Office has issued reassuring statement. There's a presence in the UK. It's just too high in the atmosphere and will have little influence on ground level quality at all. So there you go. Nothing to it. A nothing burger story. So
nothing to see here.
We're going to move along straight to Dick's story that's taking us straight into Kyiv.
Yeah, indeed. So President Zelensky says Kyiv has conducted its first test of a domestically produced ballistic missile as Russia unleashed the second day of some really nasty attacks. Zelensky also said at a news conference following a forum in Kyiv on 27th, which might be today, that the war in Russia would eventually end in dialogue, but that Kyiv had to be in a strong position. Zelensky said he hoped to get to the United States in September to attend the UN General Assembly in New York and meet with U.S. President Joe Biden and present a plan to end the war. Kyiv's incursion into Russia's Kursk region is a part of that plan, but it also includes other steps on the economic and diplomatic fronts, he says. The main point of this plan is to force Russia to end the war, he said, adding that he wants it to be fair for Ukraine. He did not elaborate on the next steps, but said he would also discuss the plan with Vice President Kamala Harris, Democratic running for president, and probably also with former U.S. President Trump. I like how there's a probably there. I didn't write this. I'm reading it. Yeah, his announcements came as Ukraine has been pleading with its Western allies to remove the fucking ban on Kyiv using weapons over the border. Just let them do it. Look what's going on. This is going to force some hands. Come on. Ukraine also said it's working on developing an HRIM-2 short-range ballistic missile system, which is designed to combine the features of a tactical missile system and a multiple rocket launcher.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That wouldn't, because that sounds like rapid fire move and groove. Like that's the kind of thing you want. At least I would think. I would love to hear a commander on Saturday talk about that.
Obviously no conditions of use.
No, well, exactly. This is the whole thing. I love the homegrown approach. Okay, fuck it. We'll do it ourselves because that's kind of what's needed, right? This whole restrictions thing is hurting the Kursk incursion, and it could be even better.
They're basically peeling the labels off the stuff they're getting imported and putting new labels on.
Well, doing the old dime store switch, right? But Zelensky also confirmed the existence of a domestically produced something missile, which he called a new class of weapon for Ukraine. Palyanista missile. And this whole speech he did was just, hours after some attacks that had killed a few people, which really sucks. Just everybody in the West, if you have anything to do with arms going to Ukraine, urge your politicians Yeah, where no matter what country you're in, stop the restrictions. Just let them hammer these orcs scumbags with whatever they got. Enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was waiting for. I don't know what I was waiting for there. I was just waiting for the nation to stand up and give you a rousing applause.
They don't say he's got the best timing in the industry for nothing, folks.
Boom.
Hey, wait, I got that. Oh, wrong one. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, but you ain't got the timing like me. So we're gonna get into the news of criminality for a moment here, because a 38-year-old burglar gained access to a flat in the Italian capital's Prati district. Yes, that's the name of the district, via a balcony, but became distracted after picking up a book about Homer's Iliad on the bedside table. The 71-year-old homeowner is said to have awoken and confronted the alleged thief, who was engrossed in the book. After being caught off guard, the alleged thief reportedly attempted to make a quick getaway by escaping by the balcony again, but was arrested shortly afterwards. He is said to have told police that he had climbed the building to visit a friend. I thought I had ended up in a bread and breakfast, but I saw the book and started reading it. That's great. Giovanni Nucci, the author of the Gods at 6 o'clock, which explains the Iliad from the perspective of gods, told the press that it's fantastic. I'd like to find the person caught red-handed and give him the book, because he'll have been arrested halfway through reading it.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to finish it. Sorry, I forgot to do the Italian accent. It's just a real story, but also full of humanity. Yeah,
it's hilarious that you need a book to explain a book. That's not.
Yeah, that's what books are all about, isn't it? I've got a book that explains the hungry caterpillar. I still don't get it. But very briefly onto another story. A man broke into a property for a swim, is suing the owner after he broke his back and paralyzed himself in a botched dive. The then 18-year-old was taking part in a pool squatting challenge in 2022 when he illegally accessed the stranger's pool in Toulouse, France. He has taken the apartment's management company to court after accusations of negligence.
What?
Yeah, the French lawyer told the TV
that negligent of having a high enough fence to keep this out.
Well, no, exactly. The French lawyer says when damage occurs on their property, in this case a swimming pool, the owners must answer to the damage that is caused to the people who injure themselves, even if they entered illegally. That's kind of like the way it is in the UK as well. It's very strange.
So if somebody steals your car and runs somebody down with it, is it your fault for having the car on the road accessible to a thief? I mean,
it's not the same. It's not the same as gaining access to someone's property, I don't think. But the
property, right? Anyway, go on.
But the owners claim they told the teenager to leave, so they knew he was there. And he told them the depth of the pool was signed at each end. Alexandra, one of the owners of the property, said, "We're completely lost. We feel sorry for the young man who hurt himself, but not, still laughing, and shattered his life at the age of 18. But he knew not to jump there and had no business being there." She added that they opened their pool 6 years ago. Swimmers had broken in every year to use it. What? So
what
every year someone's breaking in to use their pool. Anthony, a witness, said the teenager and his friends were jumping around like idiots before the accident. Well, that doesn't surprise me. And Patricia, a resident of Toulouse, said she had been suffering from pool squatters for years. I don't like the sound of pool squatters at all. I don't want any squatting in my pool.
They call it pool hopping over here, where you go around at night and go from pool to pool to pool, right? Yeah.
But this woman, Patricia, said they cut her liner with a cutter 2 years ago, and it cost us €14,000 to replace.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's real bitchy. Not only just using their pool, but just like destroying it.
Being assholes about it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And apparently it's common for groups of 8 to 10 people to make threats, and they don't care much about video games. Yeah. It's shitty.
She should fill it with chlor or, like some kind of acid or something. And, jump in my pool now, you morons.
I said, another resident said a few years ago, one of the co-owners came down to make some of these squatters leave, and he was beaten up. Yeah.
Holy man.
God's sake. Just over a pool.
Yeah, we got a problem with that in Canada, too, where so many of these slightly more minor crimes, but still really annoying to the homeowner, that police don't really seem to care anymore. They'd rather just drive around and get to another donut shop.
Maybe we should open a donut shop next to the
pool. Well, they'd have been right there then. Little bit of campaign news from America here. There's one, there's the other. The Harris and Trump are both set to square off in a debate here coming up. What is it, the 10th of September, I think? And there's still a little bit of a war over the logistics, and it relates to the microphones. Trump's campaign is pushing for the microphones to be muted when the other person is talking, like it was with him and Biden, right? And Trump's team ultimately agreed to this during the Biden one. And now, because if you go back, Biden had the 2020 debate with Trump. And at one point, Biden even got snippy and he was like, "Will you shut up, man?" Because he never got to finish what he was saying, right? So the former president himself, Trump, he doesn't seem so concerned, right? He said, it doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have the microphones on. But the agreement was, the same as the last one. So in that case, we should have them muted. Now, Harris's team, nobody's admitted this out loud, of course, but they seem to be going for the fact that Trump will just come off looking like an unhinged moron if he isn't muted. And I agree. I totally believe that's what he would do. Just completely flip out every time she says 7 syllables. He would instantly start. So, for sure, right? So, and some people in the Republican Party are saying that Harris's campaign are pushing for the mics to be unmuted, not because they want to just show who Trump is, but that they feel they can't compete on policy alone. So, from what I've seen so far, the Republicans only talk policy. You've never once heard Donald Trump talk about anything other than policy, have you?
The other thing as well is if Trump's talking, Harris can be just standing there. Every statement he makes, she can be just saying lie,
liar,
lie,
yeah,
lie.
Exactly. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I do believe that because it was prior agreed that Harris's campaign will lose this one and the mics will stay muted. So we'll see how that plays out. But there's a second thing going on here. This was last minute. We had to add it real quick. But Trump has just been hit by new federal indictment. And what's going on here is the prosecutors, Jack Smith, the team that already pulled this on him, have narrowed their approach because of the Supreme Court ruling that former presidents have broad immunity for criminal prosecution. So if you remember that whole thing with the Supreme Court, it specifies, I think, pretty clearly that the president has immunity for presidential duties, not just entirely as a person. So the revised indictments lay out the same charges, except they focus on him being a political candidate, not the president. And campaigning is not a presidential job. You campaign to get reelected. That's not a presidential thing to do because that's just how it works. So they've refocused everything. And I, for one, really hope that the refocusing has teeth and works. It goes on to talk more about it, but we'll have more coverage of it coming up. This is still new, and some of the details, it's just one report. We got to make sure they're correct, but I like where they're going. This makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's great because it's like one of those technicalities that, quite frankly, well, it works in their favor.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as that ruling happened, they must have been instantly in meetings working on this because they figured out their angle. So, yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Slap in their face again. God, we were idiots. Why didn't we think of this before?
I wouldn't doubt that now, actually, for sure. Couple of shout outs quick. Demetrius Ziganovas, him with a direct donation there, $15 for the Boom Boom Fund. You just have to. When Ukrainians are making so much love to Roshan, I dream about seeing the Kremlin midget hang on a rope. Oh, yeah, just swinging back and forth in the breeze. Maybe have a campfire, roast some marshmallows, pass around some alcohol, and just have a lovely evening of it. Couldn't agree more. Thanks, Demetrius. Big thanks. Where are you now?
Yeah, so Manette Bale, a 102-year-old woman from Suffolk, celebrated her milestone birthday with an extraordinary skydive, raising an impressive £9,000 for 3 charities. Aiming for a £30,000 target, she leaped from the plane.
Hopefully your aim skydiving is a bit better.
yeah. Well, you lost me there. But 50 family members watched her and who gathered to witness her incredible feat. Miss Bailey, Miss Bailey. Oh, you're in for a chance there, Dick.
She's too active for my lifestyle, man. I couldn't keep up.
When the door opened, I thought there was nothing more I can say or do. They just jump. Well, I suppose I jumped. I remember my legs going out. It's all kind of a blur. I shut my eyes and we seemed to travel at a very, very fast speed. Yeah, that's how it works, honey. Fast speed going down.
Yeah. It looks like she her face is still like behind her head. Sorry, one second here. I just want to address Emma Jays in the chat there. She was doing some Trumpist chat thing. The deep state tried to kill Trump and we all love him. We all? Do you mean Americans? Because that's just not true. I know so many Americans that hate his guts. It's not we all. It's not. Come on, get over yourself. Sorry.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we gave you 20 seconds, Snapperhead. Now shut the fuck up. All right. We're doing a show here. Jesus Christ.
State trying to kill him. You mean a teenager?
Yeah. If it was the deep state, they would have fucking got the job done. Come on.
Just nuked him. Right. Anyway, so where were we? Back to this little old lady. The crowd watched in awe as her parachute opened and cheers of encouragement erupted as she safely landed. Just splat. Knowing for embracing life's challenges, Miss Bailey, a former Wren, which is someone who used to work in the Navy, has been described as a complete rock. Oh, God. Good job I read that right. By those close to her, after the exhilarating jumps, she celebrated with tea, cake, and a big band music. What? You had the whole band? Go, get them, girl.
Lovely.
I could do the whole rock band myself. Continued to inspire her community with her incredible spirit. Yeah. Good for her. I couldn't do it. No way.
Man, I'm already past that right now, and I'm in my 50s, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even jump off a curb.
I don't jump off the couch, man. I get up slowly. Not as slowly as Vance, but
Oh, yeah. Slowly and stickily.
Oh, yeah. No, I just found another spider web. Zuckerberg. Yep, he's made the news again. And he's looking like quite the right winger in some ways. Wait a minute. Emma, did you hear that? Emma J's there? Are you still in the chat? Yeah. So here we go. Chairman and CEO of the social media company Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, said in a letter to House Judiciary Committee on Monday that his teams were pressured by the Biden White House to censor some content around the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, the COVIDiots. That's what they were called. The people that spread BS and lies and ended up hurting people. In 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain 19 content, including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration with our teams when we didn't agree. These are words directly from Zuckerberg, verbatim. Thank you.
Yeah.
In his letter to the Judiciary Committee, Zuckerberg said the pressure he felt was wrong, and he came to regret that his company, parent of Facebook and Instagram, was not more outspoken. He added that with the benefit of hindsight and new information, the decisions made in 2021 that would not have been made today. And I can't help but feel that he's completely lost the plot or missed the point, because the White House and the president were, supposed to be in a position of trying to help and do the right thing. And you can't have people running around saying, oh yeah, just drink bleach and blah, blah, but he's using this as a way of, going at the current administration to say, oh, but they were trying to censor Americans. There's a line in there, we are not willing to let Americans be censored like that again, or here it is. And the American people have independent choices about the information they present, and we should not be blocking their, and it just goes on and on. But to me, this is nothing more than political bullshit. And why? Because Zuckerberg is one of those top percenters that stands to gain from a Trump presidency. But he's using that position as a way of doing a whole political maneuver and making the American people, that phrase that always comes up this time every 4 years, think that he's actually on the side of good, when he just wants to make sure he gets an administration that lets him get richer and, lets him grab our data and do all kinds of crap that really he shouldn't be doing. So calling you out, Zuckerberg, you're a liar. Dunk went to sleep again, I guess.
Oh, sorry, wait, I'm just pouring a glass of wine. Sorry about that. Right, so where were we? Yes, because I'll tell you what, this is ridiculous. A San Diego bubble man has been cited for blowing bubbles in a public park, with law enforcement claiming that he was liquid littering. Oh, look at it.
I'm sorry, what? So he set off a bunch of bubbles for children to play, and he got ticketed for liquid littering?
Liquid littering. Now, I've done some liquid littering before, but we won't go into
that at night in the park.
Known locally as the bubble pirate, Sandy Snakenberg. Why? Why be called
a wrestler?
Why do you be called Bubble Pirate when you got a name like Snakenberg? He was recently cited for blowing bubbles at the La Jolla Cove and an activity he's been sharing with the community for over a decade. A retired veteran and the creator of the Bubble World, Snakenberg, has dedicated himself to spreading joy through his bubble performances, which have become the beloved spectacle for people of all ages.
Unless he's naked, I can't see a problem here.
With the way he's blowing the bubbles from. During a recent show, San Diego Park Rangers issued him with a ticket for what was described as liquid littering, claiming that the residue from the bubbles could harm the grass. Snakenberg, a registered disabled homeless veteran, lives off the tips he earns from these performances and operates under a non-profit organization. Despite the citation, which requires a court appearance, Snakenberg remains committed to his craft. It's only a craft, is it? Emphasizing his compliance with local regulations. But see, here's the thing, though, because this is a broader story to this, the conflict between San Diego parks and recreation and individuals offering free or donation-based activities in public spaces. Because another controversial case involves Steve Hubbard, who is a yoga instructor who has been providing community yoga sessions overlooking Law Street.
What's the problem with him? Does he bring a herd of goats or something? What's the deal?
He's been ticketed several times while conducting his class in person. But here's the strangest part of the story, because Hubbard was recently cited by park rangers for conducting a YouTube class from his backyard, which participants were watching in a nearby public park.
Oh, now, hold on.
Yeah. So he was doing it on YouTube in his own place, and other people were streaming it to the park, and he got done for that.
Wow. Okay. I don't. San Diego?
San Diego, yes.
Yeah. Your bylaw officers and police officers and stuff either eat too many donuts or they're all on cocaine. But you got a serious problem. Let people be people. That's what parks are for. Fuck.
Maybe there is some strange chemical inside those bubbles that these officers have been snorting a bit too.
Yeah, I mean, like, you got to put a little bit of soap to make bubbles. So is somebody bitching that the soap is ruining the grass? Because, I mean, here, let me bring the picture up. That pretty much looks like a golf course to me.
Yeah, that's as far as parks go, that's probably the greenest grass I've ever seen in a park.
And it's surrounded by buildings, and yet somebody gives a rat's ass to make that place beautiful. And you look at all the kids are happy, and my God, what, you people suck.
And
Stop
all those
being
cars,
jerks.
all those cars pumping out fumes parked along the roadside there. They're not getting done for killing the grass.
There's probably a slumlord or two in view of that picture that's got all kinds of bylaw infractions, and he gets reported all the time, but nobody gives a rat's ass there. Screw the guy who entertains the children.
I know. What can you say? It's a ridiculous story, but there you go. We have to report it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy. The world sucks sometimes. So check this out. See that picture there? If you don't know what you're looking at, that's two big tanker ships parked side by side so they can transfer their cargo. Right? Who's doing it? Well, it's Russia's Shadow Fleet, of course. And this is the first apparent ship-to-ship transfer of liquefied natural gas, LNG, in an effort to obscure the sanctioned cargo's origin. The LNG carrier Pioneer picked up the initial cargo from Russia's sanctioned Arctic LNG-2 project 3 weeks ago. It met up with New Energy just north of the Suez Canal. Then they transferred, was first spotted by industry service website Tanker Trackers. The transfer of LNG at sea outside port facilities is more challenging than routine ship-to-ship for crude oil that Russian have been doing for like several years now, right? And think about that. They're doing this ship-to-ship because they get away with getting around all the crap, right? Pioneer traveled past Norway and into southern Europe. It had been circling for days north of Egypt's Port Said before deactivating its AIS transponder on August 27th. Its counterpart arrived from the south via the Suez Canal, one of only a handful of LNG carriers using the route in recent months, and then similarly disengaged its transponder. And then you can see the photo here. They hooked up, and that's a ship-to-ship transfer. So Russia gets to sell the sanctioned liquid petroleum gas to somebody who shouldn't be buying it.
And very naughty.
Yeah, and this is it's not the first time. There's been other like petroleum ones and stuff, and it was really cool to find an article where we finally got the real picture of it, because you don't put two big tanker ships side by side like that just to say hello and have a drink, right?
Yeah, I thought you were going to be reporting like the first time we've actually seen two large ships mating in the Nile.
Yeah. Those are not whales having a good time. But yeah, it's crazy. So Russia continues to find ways around things, and I hope the world is paying attention. And I hope if authorities and so on know about this, they're already getting ready to act on it instead of waiting for sources like us to bring it to their attention and go, really? But sometimes I'm scared that's really where we are. They just seem to be so inept at times. I don't know. We'll hope for the best.
Yeah, that's all we can do, really, I suppose. Apart from bomb the bastards.
Bomb the boats, feed the fish.
Yeah, they'd make lovely coral reefs, wouldn't they?
Think of Nemo and his family, right? We need coral reefs, So which one are you going to here?
Yeah, talking about dirty seawater stuff going on. But Japanese beachgoers are being terrorized by a randy sex pest, dolphin, that wants to romp them. No, I'm glad they blanked him out. You can't recognize him.
Well, he might have had a little dribble on his chin, right?
The bottlenose dolphin, Suzu, who was named after the town where he was first spotted, has reportedly bit, pushed, and sexually harassed swimmers and divers in a desperate search for love. Sporting a prominent erection.
Hey, buddy, is she with you?
Sporting a prominent erection, it has already caused numerous injuries to humans by attempting to cozy up to them, including somebody's fingertip just last week. What's that supposed to mean? Some stupid comment.
Must have little wee-wees.
Warning signs have been put up along the Japanese coast, warning tourists to escape the water if they see a dolphin, or to be exact, Suzu, in the Fukui region, northeast of Kyoto. Meanwhile, jet skis patrol the busy beaches on lookout for the sex-crazed aquatic mammal. What, are they out cruising for him? They're out looking for dolphin cock.
Yeah, they finally figured out they trades for fish.
Sonic devices which emit an uncomfortable underwater sound have been deployed if he approaches the coastline. But Suzu's sex pest rampage has shocked experts, as he alone was responsible for at least 21 attacks in 2022, 9 last year, and a whopping 18 this summer.
You dirty bastard!
A diving instructor who has been a victim of Suzu's sex pest behavior several times. It says, when he tried to bite, I kept my arm straight, but he couldn't get a grip. He was following me, opening and shutting his mouth by my face. It was that's not sexual harassment, is it? But he says he kept pushing up my bottom. Very uncomfortable. Due to Suzu's physical state of arousal, it's clear to biologists that this is typical dolphin mating behavior, but not with humans, surely.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with this fish?
It's funny because when people go out and start diddling with dolphins, they get arrested. The dolphin. What happened to the dolphin?
Just ask the trout, right?
Yeah. The dolphin just gets away scot-free. Oh, you dirty pervy. Bestiality and all that.
Serious funny shit.
But apparently experts reckon Suzu has been overexposed to humans and probably lonely. He's been overexposed to Pornhub, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, that's really funny. This is Dave Grohl. He is the leader of the Foo Fighters, excellent, amazing rock and roll band. And formerly, he was the drummer of Nirvana as well. Guy's just, can do it all, amazing musician. And he's not 100% happy right now. You could say they're fighting back because a representative for the rock band has said just a couple days back that the Donald Trump campaign did not ask them for permission to use the group's song My Hero at the rally. And if they were asked, they would not have granted it. So the representative adds that any and all royalties received as a result of this performance of the song are going directly to Vice President Kamala Harris's presidential campaign. Yeah. And So USA Today reached out to the Trump campaign for comment, and a spokesperson said, "We have a license to play the song." Well, not so much, right? This isn't the first time Trump's done this as well. There is, where is it here? I got to scroll down because this is a really bloated article. There was also Celine Dion, that Canadian chick that breaks glasses when she gets into those super high registers. Wow, she got a voice. She didn't approve the use of "My Heart Will Go On" from the movie Titanic at a rally in Montana. She tweeted or X'd, "In no way is this use authorized, and there's no endorsement or in any way from me." And then she put, "And really, that song? Like, why would you use that? Like, what the hell?" Yeah,
do they know what it's about?
Exactly. Yeah. And Isaac Hayes' song, "Hold On, I'm Coming." Well, the estate of the late singer, his son, Isaac Hayes III, is flipping mad that they used it. He would never support Trump because of his history of sexual abuse against women and his racist rhetoric. And he said he's taking legal action to make sure it never happens again. So once again, Trump shows that the only person on this earth he gives a rat's ass about, and this includes his wife, is himself. Right?
I can't wait for Frankie Goes to Hollywood to take them to task using "Relax."
Oh yeah.
Got no idea what the song's about, but it's got a hopping tune.
Yeah. Well, Frankie said "Relax," right? I saw the T-shirt.
We only got 40 seconds left, so I'm going to go to the fat bird. Oh no, I just gave it away. A bald eagle, initially thought to be injured because it couldn't fly, was found to be healthy after wildlife officials determined the bird was just too fat. after feasting on roadkill, the bald eagle was found along the boundary of Wilson's Creek Natural Battlefield, said officials at the park.
Bastard.
After the Missouri Department of Conservation captured the bird for rehabilitation, wildlife officials determined the bird was fine when X-ray tests showed the real reason why the bird couldn't fly. The agency released a photograph which showed what appears to be a raccoon paw in the bird's stomach. Watch out, Spock Jock is after you.
Yeah, exactly.
and a second photo showed the predator's distended stomach. Yeah, it was just too fucking fat.
That's hilarious, man. That is so hilarious. Oh my God.
I do love the way they pad out this story because, birds fat. Okay, that's the story. So they pad it out with Wilson's Creek was the site of the second major battle of the Civil War after the first significant confrontation west of the Mississippi River. U.S. Army officer Nathaniel Lyon was killed during the battle, becoming the first Union general to be killed during the war.
You know what that means? The writer got paid by the word.
No, exactly. So I can't keep saying fat bird all the time. I need to write something else here.
Oh man!
But we don't get paid by the words, and we're out.
Yes, we are. Thanks in the credits, and see you Thursday for a show because tomorrow everybody has fat birds to take care of. Good night.
Actually, I just realized we don't get paid at all.
I actually owe money. And a big thanks to the team who help us do everything in the background. We've got mod teams. We've got news research teams. We even got teams that come around and clean the living room for you. We got Annette, PJ CNET, Shayna Caldwell, Crazy Cat, Super Chat, Matt, and A as well. So thanks, everybody, because we'd be simply screwed without you.
And thanks, talking about being screwed without you. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight, and all those people who donate, who could become channel members or donate channel membership. We all love you because that little help just helps go on the channel along. Don't forget to hit like on the way out. I'm going to do that right now, so you just bring the practice game, all right.
Yes, we will. Good night, fellow babies. Take it easy out there.
Hey, Shirley.
I think there's a chance that eagles will evolve into like chickens and be our next food source.
Yeah, but not the bold ones. I want one with long flowing locks.
Oh, yeah. Then you can enjoy the breast 2 times.